Welcome back to the sculpture. I made a huge mistake. I made the figure way too big, so today I'm going to correct a lot of the proportions. Thanks to Tahind for mentioning that. It's so funny. I kind of suspected it was way too big, and it probably would have taken me a little bit of time to realize it, so I'm glad I didn't get too far with the sculpture. So in today's video, I'm going to basically chop off a lot of the sculpture and I am going to rebuild the figure. This is something that a lot of people dread, is starting over. I've done it many times, starting over and over. And so for this, because the horse is so big and the figure is so small, it's going to require a lot of small tools to actually fix the sculpture. But this is water clay, and it has to be like thinner, shorter, and there's a lot of things happening because she's sitting on the horse, and I'm finding very little reference that shows this sort of pose. This is when you would actually set up a female model in pose, probably like a barrel or something like that. But I have found some examples, so I'm going with it. I think I'm putting the arms holding on to the hair of the horse instead of the little ropes. I don't even know what it is. I'm not a horse rider. And the head, I think it's still on the big side. The sculpture, I think, is still just a little bit too big, so I might be reducing it. One of the problems is that as you're working on sculpture, you tend to add clay over and over. So also I decided to give her very long hair and some sort of thing in her head. I'm not quite sure, maybe like a bandana. And the view from the back, there's a lot more reference because I do have some female figure references that show the back. But when it comes to the legs, it's very difficult because you kind of have to rely a little bit more on the anatomy and the way the fat kind of will go around the horse. But I think this is a little bit better, and probably in the next session I will remove that pipe, which is going to be the armature, and that's going to make the sculpture a lot more delicate. So sculpting the head, just adding some details and figuring out the orientation of the figure at this point. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make that correction because it was quite a big mistake, and everybody makes these mistakes once in a while because you're looking at your sculpture really up close and you don't ever pay attention to the overall picture. So hopefully this has been corrected, and I'll see you in the next video.